Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Click Click Play podcast. And up until about an hour ago, we were thinking we were the full family, the full 4 of us. But no, Arnie unfortunately can't be with us this week. He could only be with us for half an episode last week, and this week he said no, he's got more important things to do. However, we are joined by regular, veteran, piece of furniture, Jordan.
Piece of furniture?
Yeah. We moved the furniture around, but we have actually a brand new piece of furniture. That was the hello from Jordan, by the way. And Manny, he's back.
What? Can I be a piece of furniture also?
You are now a member of the furniture.
Oh, nice. Can I be like a chandelier or something like that?
Exactly.
That's considered furniture, right?
That's true. The orange couch over there is Jordan. He's unfortunately he hasn't got a webcam yet, so I'm trying to persuade him to get a webcam, and in doing so I've put a nice picture of him on the Twitch stream of a
I'm literally on Amazon right now. Which comes by, so that we can get rid of that picture.
It's great.
I want to clarify that is not me.
You're right. It's not you now. It was you back then.
Yeah,
I'm a man now.
You got a shaved head now. But anyway, let's just clear things up. We are now a foursome. From now on, John's licking his lips, and so it's me, Jordan, Manny, and Arnie. But he's having a few problems because he's got a new apartment or a new house. So I think he's having teething issues at the moment. But probably next week or the week after, it'll be back to a regular weekly thing with him joining us. But yeah, there'll be the 4 of us, and because we have the 4 of us, and we've got a nice fancy way of doing all of this, we can have guests whenever we want. So we can invite who would be a nice, friendly, non-offensive
Kojima
person. Yeah, or PewDiePie.
Or him too.
I love that John.
He'll need the work, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to bring down the show with that. But anyway, we'll that's later on. We're going to discuss that in the news. Although, John, did you put the little note? Who's that? Or was that you, Manny? That might be Arnie, to be honest. Okay, so that is us. And we're going to be now doing a competition. Pretty much every week, I think we might I think every week we will give a game away. It might be absolute crap. I do have Pac-Man 256 that I've not redeemed. One week, if we ever totally run out of games, that will be the one that we give away. Mm-hmm. But this week we've got... Game. Yeah? It's
never played it, but
I've never heard of it.
I hear good things about Pac-Man.
What's the 256? Is that how many levels there are? Because that must be really boring. If you type in exclamation mark competition, like I'm doing right now, if I can spell it right this time, yeah, you can see the way of entering the competition. Only 1 entry per person, but everybody gets a free ticket. Oh, Josh Hicks done compensation. No, you don't get any compensation. I'm afraid. The scars are permanent.
The show's not that bad.
No, we haven't got Arnie this time. Just wait till next week when Jordan gets his webcam. Jeez.
Oh.
Okay, we've got a few of Manny's family in the audience, or the army. Okay, so Jordan.
Yeah, boy.
What have you been playing?
Ooh, so this week I've been playing Neo still. That game is massive. I thought I was getting somewhere with it, and then it really opened up, and some of the levels, even the kind of sub levels now, just seem really intimidating and large. So I put that down for a couple of days, and I get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, so I'm gonna try and finish it off this week, but no promises. I think we've pretty much said what we need to say about that game. Are you still cracking on with it?
Yeah, I'm not going very quickly through it, I've got to admit that. Although I think last week, I was at the first real boss, and I died quite a few times. So I got past him on my own. I think that was last week, wasn't it? It wasn't the week before.
Yeah, you text me just after the podcast to say
Yeah,
you've done it.
I did it. I was so proud. I woke up my neighbour shouting. It was about the 40th time, and I looked, and I think my completion rate of beating that boss was something like 2.9%. So I worked out that's like 30 or 40 tries.
Nice.
Oh, it gives you a percentage?
It did it. I have no idea how I found it, but there is like a stats page I think you can see.
In game.
Yeah.
In game.
In game, there's lots. There's so many items. So many like different levels of stats and various
a lot of
things.
numbers.
Yeah,
a lot of numbers. They just keep on getting higher, which is that's the main thing. As long as they get higher, that's fine.
Yeah. So I played that. I beat that. I went on to the next part of the level. The next level is the one where you're on the cave and you get thrown off the cliffs all the time. Yeah, that was fun. I finally got loads of these Choco cups, so you can summon people in to help you. And I did, and this person helped me with this woman boss who was a bit annoying. I played the boss. I died to the boss about 10 times and thought, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to invite someone else to help me clear this because I can't be bothered anymore. So my patience wore thin.
Do you feel like getting somebody to help you kind of takes away of the fact that you beat it? Like it kind of like you're just like, oh, I beat it, but somebody help me.
Yeah, I do it a little. That's why the actual mission, like the levels, the rest of the levels, I won't do it with other people. But if it's the end boss and I'm dying all the time and I'm getting to the point where I might just not turn it on again because I'm like, I can't be bothered, then I prefer to do that than just to put it down. But the problem was I invited somebody in because I had loads of chocolate cups. I didn't realise. I thought I had about 3 and I had 12. So I thought, I'll use one to get this electric lightning dog. But I didn't realise that dog wasn't the end boss for the level. So the person who I was with must have been a really high level. But we ended up like speed running through the rest of the level. So now I feel like I should go back and play the level again. But that was... The last boss was cool. It was a really good one-on-one duel with this knight guy, which might lead us into another game that I'm sure a couple of you might have been... Well, you two might have been playing, or at least Jordan has anyway.
Nice transition, man.
Lovely.
But I said it in last week's show. The one-on-one battles in Neo are so, for me, they're so much more fun than playing them on For Honor. But well, should we leave Neo there?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Neo, and I'll probably try and wrap up my thoughts on it next week. Because I'm really hoping I can put.
How long is that game, by the way?
What, Neo?
60 to 80 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah, so if it mirrors the Souls games, typically you'll finish your first run at about 60, but this game seems to have a lot more inbuilt replayability.
Are there any speed runs of it yet?
Yes.
Really?
Oh.
Actually, just
God.
2 things about Neo before we do move on. I've just gotten to the second world, or the second area. And I've heard there are about 6 or 7 areas in total, so that sounds...
Oh God, I've only...
pretty
I'm on
intense.
the 4th.
Oh, right, okay. I've heard, yeah, there's like a few more. I think it's a game I might not focus on all the time, but just have it there and play every now and again. But
I just want to get through it, and I really enjoy it, but I've really reached a point now where it's just the bosses aside, the levels themselves are really dense and really intimidating. But like I said, I'll persevere.
Yeah, You've gone very quiet, Jordan. Are you chilling back?
Am I now?
Oh, that's
okay
better.
Now,
a lot clearer. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and there was something else which I can't remember now. I've forgotten.
For Honor. Let's talk about that. So,
well, actually, with For Honor as well. Yeah. Neo made me realize as well that I really like playing single player games, which is I think I haven't played one for quite a while, apart from Hitman. But Hitman and Neo being 2 really, really good single player games. It's nice, with all the games being like multiplayer, online stuff nowadays.
I play way more single player games than multiplayer games, which I know that's not the way things are trending, but even something like Destiny, I soloed most of that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you play that for the story?
Destiny's a game you need to play. Yeah, the story. Yeah. Whoa. There's a story in that game? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there is, but it's just shit.
I think I do, trust me, I have 1,300 hours of Destiny, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm similar,
played
actually.
That a little bit too much.
Oh, we've got a few messages in the chat. Oh, Star Citizen. We'll bring up Star Citizen in the news section. I am Mr. Independent when it comes to playing games. Well, I only ever beat bosses on Neo when I'm off stream though, which is quite, yeah.
You can't take the heat when you have people watching, right?
Yeah, I know. I can't. I just get too angry. Manny, you need to play Fallout 4. It'll never end a game for you. Fallout 4. I got bored after a few hours.
Me too.
All right. Let's say Jordan, For Honor. How is your Honor?
My Honor is good. So it's a game I've been looking forward to for quite a while, and it's unfortunate that it's come out now. And I think I might have mentioned this on the podcast last week. I was worried about trying to play For Honor alongside Neo. One, because they're not very similar, but they are both kind of melee combat based games with quite deep control schemes, and I knew it was going to be pretty difficult to really kind of dig into both at the same time and kind of jump from one to the other. But I put a few hours into For Honor, started the campaign, did a couple of death matches. It's good. It's really good. I'm hearing a lot of positive praise about the depth of that game, especially with the kind of one-on-one combat. A lot of people are just talking about it like a kind of standard, fighter, like a Mortal Kombat-esque dual fighter. It's got the usual Ubisoft problems. It's a beautiful game. The game is absolutely stunning, and it's just got this smudge of red and blue and yellow all over it in terms of the HUD, which is a pet peeve of mine. The campaign's more robust than I thought it would be. It is pretty much just the multiplayer component stitched together with a few cutscenes, but it's just got a little bit more shine than I thought it would have, and a bit more characterization and story. But I'm only a couple of hours into that, so that might go downhill. But so far so good, and I think it's generally getting like 8s out of 10s.
Yeah, I thought.
Wow.
It's
not setting the world on fire, but it's I think
no.
The praise that I'm seeing is for the depth of the melee combat in it, and that's something that I really like. So I'm definitely going to go back to that game at some point. But for now, I need to get through Neo, and then I'll check out For Honor.
Can you unlock many things in the single player?
Oh God, yeah. You're just constantly ranking things up and leveling this, and it's got a whole kind of microtransaction economy going on. The menu is just a shit show of just so many different things going on. It's incredible. It's very Ubisoft in its utilization, but the core stuff I really like, and I think I'll put some time into it at some point in the future. But it's just going to be so hectic this next month or so. You've got For Honor on the horizon, and then a new console coming out. I worry about For Honor just getting lost in all this, really.
Yeah, is there how's the story? You were talking about the story. I think it sounds like you've only played it for a little bit, but how's the writing? Is it good? I've read that it's quite surprising. It's better than it should be, is what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, so I was expecting very much some pretty basic cutscenes, and then essentially a multiplayer match with bots, but it's not that. It's a little bit more depth. You do get characters that they kind of. It's quite funny because the characters never like take off their helmets. They're having these really in-depth kind of conversations and little bromances and things like that. But the characters are essentially these helmets. They never take them off, which is a bit. It looks like the campaign's separated into the 3 factions. You've got the Knights, the Samurais, and the Vikings, and it kicks off with the Knights. So I'm making my way through that at the moment, and it's just this guy that gets recruited into this kind of mercenary army. I'm sure there's some kind of epic. Well, I know there's some kind of epic plot going on because the game starts with this gorgeous CGI cutscene about how this world came into being, and this constant state of war. So they're trying to give it a bit of depth. And yeah, I was surprised about the campaign that it isn't just something that's really, really throwaway. It seems like it's going to be a decent 10-hour experience, I imagine.
Okay.
Cool. It sounds like something I want to play, because I played For Honor. I played during I think both closed betas, and I wasn't in love with the whole multiplayer. I mean, I like multiplayer games, but I feel more shooting is up my alley. Swords and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with a sword.
I'll tell you a game with really good overpowered shooting. Neo.
Oh God! Are we still talking about Neo?
That's Neo, right? Neo.
I think
Yeah.
it's the only
I've
game
never
I've been
played
playing,
it,
really.
but
I think actually,
you know what?
Frauna's going to be something I'll get on in the sale. Like, I'm sure there'll be a Steam Summer sale. It'll have 40% off, and I'll get it then, I think.
Jordan, how do you?
Go on, yeah.
I was gonna ask you with For Honor, how do you see the multiplayer? A lot of people are comparing it to Rainbow Six Siege, as in like it's kind of light right now, but maybe there's potential of it expanding. Maybe more people getting into it right now because I know a lot of people aren't really playing it that much. It's like a very niche community that are playing it, or I could be wrong.
I imagine the community right now is must be fairly large just because the game has only just come out, but I don't know whether that's declining pretty quickly. I'm really not sure. I think this game is going to live or die on its multiplayer. It's unabashedly a multiplayer game. That's why I was surprised that the campaign has got really any merit to it. I don't play a lot of multiplayer stuff, but it didn't seem that thin to me. You've got the basic kind of modes like a domination type mode where you're capturing different checkpoints. You've got the one-on-one stuff, which is probably where I'll spend most of my time, just kind of dueling some other player. And then you've got, what was the other mode that you had? I forget now. Something else, probably like just a death match, or all-round death match, or something like that. But I think if it is thin, it was probably the case of because there's so much going on just on the menu space that maybe I felt like, wow, there's a hell of a lot in this game, and actually maybe if you boil it down, there's not. But if you're interested in the campaign, I would probably say, yeah, give it. If you're playing it on PC, give it a month or so. You're probably going to pick that up for I don't know what it'd be in dollars, but it'd be about 20 quid over here, I imagine, pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe $30 down here.
Yeah, and then if get through that campaign, and then if you really like it, jump into the multiplayer stuff if the community's still there. But
yeah, I played a bit of the multiplayer, and the only thing I didn't like the 4v4. I felt like it was too chaotic, which I mean, I guess battles of that nature would have been chaotic back in the day, but I was more into the 2v2 and the 1v1, which was all I played. I think.
I think there's a lot of depth in the game, and especially with the mode with all the kind of bots running around and the few other players, it can feel a bit overwhelming at first. But I think that I'm hoping that the campaign is set up to really give you a good all-round knowledge of how to control those characters, because it is really deep. There's different classes within the 3 overall classes, and a lot of different little techniques to kind of utilize. I think if the campaign does a good job and you come out of it and you feel really robust in terms of how to control either the knight, the samurai, or the Viking, I think you'd be well positioned to go into the multiplayer stuff. Then it won't feel so overpowering.
Is there anything that's overpowered at the moment?
I don't know. Samurais probably.
Yeah,
they're cool.
Because sometimes it's good with those type of games to wait till they balance it out a bit. But they've had a few closed betas, so hopefully.
I'm sure they know what they're doing with that stuff. Like I said, it's going to live or die on its multiplayer. So I'd hope it's balanced.
Okay. Now, Manny, speaking of quick 10-hour campaigns, I've heard you finished a couple of games.
Oh wow, yeah. This I've been really busy this week. We've been having internet problems for a while now. So usually when I have internet problems, I like to play my single player campaigns. I like to just go through them, and I think this week I beat Doom. Finally beat Doom.
Yeah, did that take a while?
Too.
Did it take? Because I thought it was quite quick.
Yeah, I bought Doom the day it came out, and I just finished it. So I don't know how long has it been. It's been a while. Yeah. I have a tendency of leaving games maybe 3/4 finished, and then I always have that tendency of doing that. And every once in a while, I like to, I'll jump back into them and then forget what I'm doing. I'm like, how do I jump? How do I shoot? How do I change weapons? It takes me a little bit to get accustomed.
I'm like that with like games. I do that with games all the time, especially with them but not 3/4, like 1/4. I think Watch Dogs 2 is something I'm going to finish, but I've only played like a quarter of that. But yeah, Doom's... Yeah. What did you think to Doom then? What did that last boss? How many times did it take you to get that one?
I played Doom on easy. I find myself now playing games on easy just to get through.
You're that age, Manny.
Reactions and all that. I'm getting old. I can't play Counter-Strike tournaments anymore. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I play these games on easy. I don't like getting stuck. And since I stream a lot, I don't like getting stuck on certain areas. And Doom is a game where it's just arena after arena after arena after arena after arena. So I was like, you know what? Just let me play on easy. Doom guy is a badass. Let me just be a badass and destroy everything anyways. So
Yeah.
I played that. The story was there a story in Doom as well? I focused more on just the shooting
Yeah, I didn't really
and
feel it.
just
And the metal.
yeah, the way the character felt, just jumping around, shooting, punching things. I loved it. Timefall, another game that has amazing movement. Timefall 2. Wow, what an awesome game that was.
No, I loved that. I loved
Story.
Timefall. Yeah,
go ahead.
again. And I love Timefall too as well. Doom. I know. I felt like if they brought out, well, I'm sure they'll do a sequel to this Doom, but I don't know if I've had my fill of Doom. I think I'd be ready for another Doom, maybe 2 years or so, 2 or 3 years.
I think
they'd have to. But they'd
I've
have to
had my
change
fill.
something. I think they just have to introduce some new things. That's why I like Titanfall 2. The fact that nearly every level had this new mechanic or a new idea. Every level, no, not one level felt the same as a previous one or a second one. Whereas in Doom, yeah, it's kind of smash things and kill things constantly.
Oh, the same thing in Titanfall 2. I played Titanfall 2 on the hardest difficulty, and I just felt way overpowered in that game. Just the gunplay, the movement, it all felt amazing. The story, whether it wasn't fantastic, but it was okay. I mean, I felt the connection with I think the name of the robot was BT something. BT. I felt the connection with the robot, and spoilers, when something happens to it, I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh man.
Although, do you see that thing right at the very end?
What are we talking about?
He might- he
Evil
might-
Within.
No, with BT, he might be. We might see him again.
Oh yeah, we might see. Oh yes, yeah.
Spoiler
I saw that.
alert.
I actually, yeah, I was like, oh no, that's awesome.
It's been out for a while. People
Yeah,
should
it's
know
been
by
out
now.
for a very long time.
And you can. I finished it in one day. That's like one of the only games I finished
Did you?
in a day because it only took 6 hours. I think I was playing on normal difficulty or even easy, but it just felt so cool doing all the running and jumping. It's like an Uncharted game in a first person, like with all the
Really,
cool jumping around.
with all the
and-
movement.
Yeah, that was really good. Especially the one where you switch in time. Oh,
Oh
Such
yeah,
a
that
good
was
game.
a crash. That was freaking beautiful. I love the
Yeah.
way that level was designed and everything.
I gotta say, yeah, I was complaining earlier about games. Well, I was saying I prefer single player games. I put a good 20 hours or so into Titanfall 2 online.
Really,
It's
I didn't really get into
good.
the online.
No, I got to like level 40, I think. Because then
I was really good at the first Steinfall, the online. Oh my god, I was putting in work in that with my pistol.
Oh
Just,
yeah.
pop out, just aim it at somebody for a little bit and then just kill them. Oh my god, I loved it. Overpowered pistol, kind of like the pistol in Halo 1
Yeah.
multiplayer, but
Titanfall 2 has that again at the end, doesn't it? That level with the overpowered pistol.
yeah. Oh god, I loved it. Jumping around, 360 no scoping everybody. It was amazing.
Oh. How about you,
guys
Jordan?
have you've just convinced me to go back to that game.
Oh god, we've
Yeah.
just given away the ending now.
Oh well, that was
Yeah.
that was obvious, wasn't it? You know, you got the jungle robot. I wonder if something's going to happen to the robot. Fuck the robot. But I do want to. I know I need to go back to it. I struggle to keep playing like linear narrative experiences like that. But
You can finish that in an evening, even if you're
Yeah.
like only halfway through.
I need to just bite the bullet with it. Really, I'm not saying I'm going to do it in the next couple of weeks, but people just praise that game so much. I need to do it.
Oh man, it's incredible.
I played a couple of matches of the online, and that's just again it's not really something that I would put a lot of time into, but it is a spectacle watching those robots just like battle around and everything is blowing up and this guy's jumping around like ninjas everywhere, and it's all running, at 60 frames a second. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah. All right, John, you keep going very quiet. Are you in a rocking chair?
I tend to move around a little bit when I'm talking. Sorry.
It's all right. You need one of the
How am I
Britney
now?
Spears. Get one of the Britney Spears mics like Manny has.
Yeah.
How am I now, Ben? Am I okay now? Is that right?
Still quite quiet, but
Really? I'm like literally snogging the mic now.
oh, well, maybe
Put it
that's
in
the
your
problem.
mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stick it in your mouth.
Hey.
Right. Okay, yeah, Manny, you've been playing another game, haven't you?
Oh my god, the
And
other
Jordan
game.
as well, I think. Have you played it, Jordan, as well?
Oh my god,
You haven't
the
said the
Evil
name of it?
Within.
Oh
on.
god, yeah.
I
played
played
that, yeah.
I played the Evil Within, and oh my god, was it long? It
That's
was.
a pretty random game for you to just be playing right now. You're one of these hip twitchers. You should be playing like what do you play on Twitch? I don't know.
Resident Evil 7 is what people are telling me to
Hearthstone.
play, but
Yeah, stuff like that.
I'll wait till later.
Don't you have Hearthstones and LOL? That's all
Yeah, I
they-
was playing a. Go ahead.
That's all the kids that I teach are all like, oh, I'm playing LOL. I used to say,
LOL.
'cause I was-
Oh, League of Legends.
yeah. When I
No
asked them
thanks.
what LOL stood for, because we're talking about like text chat, I was like, what does LOL stand for? And they're like, oh, League of Legends. No,
When did it change from Laugh Out Loud to League of Legends? It's crazy.
no, it's terrible, terrible. Anyway, so
But
yeah.
Jordan, you played the Evil Within as well, right? Did you like it?
So Evil Within is, I believe it's from the same guy who made Resident Evil 4. Is that right?
I think it was he's connected in the Resident Evil series.
Yeah.
I just don't know which one he made. I thought it was one, the first one.
So is it like maybe it's the original creator of Resident Evil then, and that's what the hype was kind of with this new game. So I was really up for Evil Within, and I can't really put my finger on what I don't like about it, but
I can.
I put well, yeah, you've finished it, but I started playing it on PS4, and I got a few hours in, and the performance issues with PS4 just kind of knocked me out. I couldn't do it. I then got it on PC.
I did hear things about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard about
like,
it having performance issues.
Yeah, you had the kind of the letterboxing on the screen to kind of bring down the resolution and
The loading.
Yeah, and just a really choppy frame rate. But then I got it on PC, so it was running nice. But even then, I kind of got a few hours into it, and don't know, just didn't enjoy it. It's it's scary, it's tense, which is what you're looking for in those type of games. But just something didn't really come together. And I'd be interested to hear your thoughts now you've finished it.
I when you say it was scary, I played it because at one point during my stream I was just streaming a bunch of scary games. Somebody was like, "Oh, you have to play The Evil Within." So I was like, "Yeah, I heard about that." I saw the screens of that weird lady coming out of the blood with like the 30 arms, running around and stabbing you and stuff. So I was like, "All right, I'll give it a try." I played it. The story, at least for me, was all over the place. The character, his name was Sebastian Castellanos. He felt so bland, like so many. He was seeing people with their body parts getting cut off and everything, and he's just like, oh yeah, I gotta keep moving. I gotta save somebody. It's like, dude, you'd be freaking out if a lady with 30 arms came out of blood and started chasing after you. And I mean, I don't know, maybe he's just a stronger man than I am, but just his lack of reaction towards what's going on around him really bothered me. The game felt like it dragged on way longer than it should have. I think it took me 13 hours to beat it.
Okay.
13 hours. It just went on and on and on, and I was like, oh my god, am I done with this? And they're like, nope. I was like, oh my god, am I done now? No, there's 8 more chapters. Oh my god. All right.
So what made
I didn't
you
have a good time.
What made you want to get to the end of that then, or is that just do you tend to try and finish everything? Why?
I had to beat it. I had to. I just because it would have bothered me not knowing what happened at the end. Now that I know what happened at the end, I wish I would have stopped.
I'm going to talk to you about Wikipedia.
Or YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had to beat it. I had to. It was like a personal mission that I had to accomplish.
I think one thing that, because it's very similar to the more modern Resident Evils, but I think one thing that it's lacking is it didn't seem to have that kind of subtle sense of humor about itself. It seemed to me, at least in the early stages, like it was trying to take itself quite seriously and
very seriously. There was I didn't, and the thing is, it tried to take itself seriously, but I didn't feel tense at all playing the game.
Okay.
At no point was like I walking through corridors. I was just like, oh my god, this is creepy. What's gonna happen? At no point I overthought anything. I was just like, okay, I'm just getting to this room. A bunch of zombies come out of doors, kill them, and then just move on to the next area. It was
any redeeming features?
I finished it. Is that? It's over. Is that?
No.
I mean, it was a gorgeous game. I feel like maybe if the story would have been a little bit more fleshed out, if there would have been like again the characters that were all in the game, I didn't feel connected to anybody. Apparently, I spoilers. I had a daughter who died, and I don't know where that went. I was looking through a journal throughout the whole game, just reading about something happening to my daughter, something happening to my wife, and then just, I mean, the potential I felt was there. The potential was there, but I don't know. It's a pretty game, at least on PC.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it sounds
give you
very the stuff about the daughter and the wife. That sounds very cliche Japanese horror game to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of like horror games with a bit of humor, what do you think to Dead Rising or Dead Rising 4? Because I've never I played actually a Dead Rising on the Xbox I think ages ago. Is that the one in the mall? I
Yeah.
remember whacking things with a shopping trolley, and that was quite fun. But
Yeah, I've played all of them. I just haven't played the new one. The new one on the I haven't played it.
that's actually the new one's coming out. Well, it's coming to Steam in a few weeks, early March. Because I think at the moment it's exclusive on the Windows Store, but it's not getting. It didn't get very good reviews, but I've seen people play it and it looked quite fun. It wasn't a really good game, but it looks like something that you might just be able to have like an afternoon killing things and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't played any of them before, I'd probably recommend just maybe going back and playing the second or the third one.
Do those two have the timer? Because I'm not
No.
playing a game with a timer.
The
that was the
the
first
first
one.
one did. No, but the
Okay.
second one did as well with your daughter. Haven't you have to get
yeah.
her Zombrex every once in a while?
But it wasn't
The
like
third
an
one, I
overall
don't think
timer.
so.
It was you
Yeah.
just have to kind of cue her now and again, which is quite stressful actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the new one seems
I
quite
actually-
fun.
Yeah, I actually don't like that. I hated feeling constrained to a timer. Oh,
Yeah.
and then I heard that the new one got rid of it, and I hear so many people giving it crap because it did that, and I'm just like, well, you know what? That's what I wanted. I loved playing. I loved because I think in the new game, after you beat the first one, like after the whole, the time expires and everything like that, and you beat the game, you play it again. But this time it's just on your own time. You just go around and there's still story stuff that you can discover. And I felt so much better playing it that way
Yeah.
than I did with then again. Oh shit! I can't save these guys because I have to go to this mission by 5 o'clock or else I lose the game.
No,
I hated that.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can't like have that. I like to just chill and relax and play around with it. And yeah, timers. It's like people moaning about the lack of turn-based battling in the Final Fantasy VII remake. It's like no one likes those type of games anymore. That like at that time when they were out, yeah, okay, that's quite a common thing, but games and gaming has moved on now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's the games that we've. Oh, you started Alan Wake, Manny.
Oh yeah,
What is
I
Alan
started
Wake?
Alan Wake. It's a game by I think the company Remedy. They recent the most recent game was Quantum Break.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I've never played Alan Wake, but I did start Quantum Break, and I see a lot of similarities with Alan Wake to Quantum Break, with like the movement, the characters, and everything like that, and just the way that after you beat a level, it says previously on Alan Wake. It gives you a little recap. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really liking it. The atmosphere is fantastic. I'm really enjoying that game. I can't wait to keep playing it. Hopefully, I can tell you guys when I beat it. But
Okay,
I'm
sounds
really
good.
enjoying it right now.
Sounds good. Okay, so the news time. That was another thing actually. I
love
was going to mention it earlier. I think we should get some music, or we should try and find some music. But the problem is I can't steal music from YouTube or anything. Because
that's on you. That's on you, man. If you're hosting
Yeah.
it, you gotta put the music.
if we have any musicians in the audience or any musicians who are playing and want to give us a bit of a jingle or something, we'll happily take that off your hands.
I can play the recorder. At least
Oh.
I thought I could in elementary.
I can play the skin flute.
Oh well, that's a different kind of noise that'll. I don't know if that's considered music, but
Yeah.
maybe
Probably get me banned on Twitch as well. Okay.
Oh, one. That's a different site that you have to stream on, man. It's not Twitch.
Oh, One with far more views. Okay, so news time. On that.
Speaking of news, when you started talking about when you started talking about Dead Rising, have you guys heard of the game State of Decay?
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
Have you guys played it? Oh, State of Decay. It's a new game coming out for Xbox. It's apparently one of the main headliners that Xbox has going into E3 this year because they're not coming out. They're not. I guess showing any major FPS. Like we're not getting a Halo this year. I mean, we did, but we're not getting a Halo presentation during E3. We're not getting anything Gears of War. So right now, what Microsoft is doing is they're relying on their third parties this year, and State of Decay is one of the games that I really want to learn more on.
State of Decay 2.
Yeah, State of Decay 2.
Okay, yeah, because the original one was out.
Oh my God,
2013.
It was. Yeah, it was an arc. I don't want to say it was an arcade game, but it came out during that era of I think it was during Summer Arcade. I think it was when that was still a thing. But it's I guess you could call it a it's kind of like a base building simulator kind of, because you go into the game, you meet people, you save them, you bring them back to a base, and then you start building, you start working on it that way. And apparently this new one is going to have co-op, which is something that a lot of people wanted in the first one, and we never got it. So hopefully we'll get it this time. I'm just really interested in that game. I really enjoyed the first one. So.
The first one felt really ambitious.
It
felt like they couldn't really deliver on what they wanted, and definitely some kind of multiplayer element felt sorely lacking from that. So if they've got a few extra funds and a bit more development time for the second one, it really could be something special, I think.
Nice. Okay, so the news time. Jordan? Might just keep that. That's fine.
Hold on. You got to play the flute, dude. You got to do the. All right,
him away.
Have you ever seen that video where somebody's playing the Jurassic Park theme tune on the flute?
Yeah, I've seen
I love that so much. Anyway,
we go on different websites. Okay, so the Zelda has announced a season pass. That's the first time they've done that. What do you think to that, Jordan? Do you think they are exploiting us with their season pass, or do you just think it's meh?
Nintendo is always exploiting us. That's all they do. But it's in terms of DLC, it's not the first time they've done this. If you look at what they've done with the Wii U in general, you've got stuff on Mario Kart. Smash Brothers had extensive downloadable content, but yeah, it is kind of weird. Zelda is like this. It's gaming royalty, and they only come out every 5 years or so. You don't expect them to have the kind of the more grubby sides of the industry all over them, such as season passes or microtransactions and things like that. But it's a new Nintendo. Just look at the way they're talking about this new console, the amount that they're charging for the accessories. They're clearly in the business of trying to make some money, and they need to be savvy with this stuff. So I'm okay with it. I'd rather it not be there. Any of that, like some of the content, hard mode now.
My New Game Plus.
Is New Game Plus part of the DLC? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like that stuff to
the
me.
hard mode isn't it?
I know at least the hard mode is. I'm not sure about I haven't heard about New Game Plus, to be honest. But
that's what I meant. Isn't the New Game Plus the hard mode?
Oh, do you have to finish
the same thing? Yeah, you have to finish the game before you play it on a hard difficulty.
Oh, okay. Because I was assuming that you could just start playing hard mode, I guess. But it could be either way, I suppose. Regardless, that's not something that you should expect to be extra. That shouldn't take much development time to integrate that stuff. And it's something that other games just have. Dark Souls, you've got a New Game Plus. Loads of games have this stuff, and they're not charging you extra. The stuff that they're charging extra for is bona fide content. So I don't know. I'll give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt, but what I've heard of that season pass doesn't sound great.
I went on a bit of a rant on Twitter the other day because of people moaning about season pass and all that. Mainly, just because. Like, do you know how much video games cost nowadays compared to back in 1997? Like the games cost 10 times as much. They used to cost, I think I can't remember what it was. Was it like 6 million?
I think you said like somewhere around between like about 1 million to make.
That's it,
Something
yeah.
around there.
It's like 1 to 4 million, and now they're costing at least 10 times that. And looking back, 1997, that's when I started really getting into gaming. Tomb Raider was £45, and the Bank of England has this great little calculator here of inflation. Do you know how much £45 in 1997 would now be £75?
Wow.
So, like the fact that games haven't gone up, they haven't even gone up in line with inflation, but they're costing 10 times as much. And yeah, okay, more people are buying them, but I'm pretty sure it's not 10 times as many people buying them. So they have to make money somewhere, especially with all these online patches and stuff. And once they've released a game, they're constantly.
No, I get that, and I'm not against season passes or downloadable, paid downloadable content as a principle. But what I would say is, and to give you an example, Wildlands is coming out next month. I've already pre-ordered the game and I've got the season pass. That's the type of thing which a season pass is really great. You've got a year of content. Yeah. Zelda, if you talk about giving somebody a hard mode, that should not be 20 quid. No. And this is a game that hasn't got voice acting. This is a game that it was made by Nintendo over. They're not worried about money. This game is they're never going to worry about not making their money back on a Zelda game. They really don't need to be nickel and diming the customers on this. And I think it takes something away from what Zelda is. It's a landmark franchise, and it's really, really loved. I personally would rather Nintendo not go down this route with it, but it's not a game changer for me really. But I think it could do without it. I think it's a little bit silly.
I think it may be cosmetic microtransactions or something like that, because they make loads of money.
One of the things you get with a season pass is a bloody T-shirt with the Switch logo.
Yeah, with the Switch logo.
I'm sorry, that's trashy.
Yeah, we can't be surprised because just about every game now has a season pass. We're in an era that literally every single game that's coming out has a season pass. I don't mind season passes. I mean, if you're into that genre, if you're into that game, why not get the season pass supported further? Because sometimes people get the hours of Zelda. How many hours do you think people are going to play that game? And then I guess it was in the fall. That the second part of Zelda Season Pass is going to come out, and it includes a new story mode, a new story mission, and a little bit of that. But the one thing I don't like though is when season passes are announced and we don't know what's in. Yeah. When they're like, "Hey, pay us an extra $50, we'll let you know what you're going to get."
That's why I like Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, I think Final Fantasy 15 said, okay, they listed everything. There's going to be 6 of them. This is this person's story. The next person's. This is a co-op version. So that's really well explained, but. Yeah, I mean, I was going back to Neo again. They've got a season pass, which I don't know why they'd want to extend that game. It sounds like they could have taken out quite a bit and shoved it in the season pass, but that's...
We should start another podcast where it's just dedicated to Neo.
I'll be gone. I'll be off it soon. I'll be off it in a week and a day. You've got another podcast until I start going on. Because there'll be Horizon Zero Dawn all the time when that comes out. Yeah, Neo's getting taken out of the dish tray anyway.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't say Dawn apparently. Horizon Zero Dawn. Embargo lifts. When did you guys say tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
I think it's Pacific time. It'll be kind of 12 o'clock tonight Pacific time, which for us is 8 a.m. I believe.
And I was talking to you guys about it. It's early.
It's a week.
Coming out
really
a week before the. And I hope it does good because if it comes out and the reviews are all negative, that wouldn't be that great for that developer.
From early things I've heard, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, did you see the leaked review?
No, I didn't.
So I don't know which website, not a massive one, but a decent one, their review leaked, which is quite embarrassing for them, I guess. But a lady was writing about it, and she absolutely sung his praises. Absolutely loved it. So and there's no way that Sony would be allowing reviewers to talk about this game anywhere near this far before launch if they weren't sure that this is going to be at least kind of a 90% on Metacritic. I think this is a big deal for them in terms of their first party stuff. They're very confident about this game.
Such a good year for first party stuff for the PlayStation.
Yeah, they've It's taken a while, but the current generation's really starting to shape up now.
Although
Yeah,
Xbox is, do we count that as a?
Team Xbox. Woo.
Oh dear, there's an echo going on. There's nobody in that room, I'm afraid, Manny.
Hey man,
Actually,
chill.
well, there's that really
All
good.
right, chill out.
I'm trying to think of a good. Oh, actually, no. I was about to say Forza Horizon, but that's on the PC as well, isn't it? Halo.
A lot of
Yeah, but we also have to remember that with Xbox new Play Anywhere,
yeah.
they're kind of integrating PC gaming with Xbox gaming.
So why buy an
I mean,
Xbox though? You play on PC then, wouldn't you?
I mean, I guess you could say it's instead of buying a high quality PC, you just buy an Xbox for
Yeah.
for $250.
Oh no, Xbox is good for if you don't have a high quality PC. Luckily, I've got a decent PC now, so that stopped me from
You got a
even
really good
thinking
PC.
about it. Yeah, are you getting a second 1080, Manny? You're just gonna
I might.
he's just practically
I might.
whipped his dick out and just
Because I
slapped
just like throwing money away. That's what I like to do. I like to throw money away.
because you're getting so much lag
So-
on all those games you're playing. Mind you, Star Citizen might require.
I
There's two
hey,
1080s.
hey, come on, man! I get 150 frames in mostly any game I play. I want 300, right?
Yeah.
And maybe adding another one will double it.
And your 60 hertz monitor. Where were we? So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. That looks awesome, and I can't wait to play that. That's I'm gonna pre-order that as well, so it'll be day one stream. In fact, minute one stream. I think. I think, Manny, you were talking about it on stream the other day that some games when they've got a really good story that you want to get involved in, you kind of don't want to stream it, do you?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get really involved
don't.
in it. Which is the game you were talking about? Was it The Witcher?
No, I wanted to play. I wanted to
Mass
play
Effect.
the Mass Effect, and also I want to play The Last of Us. And since I've already played it, I would love to stream it again. That's a game that I want to revisit because it's been a while since I played it. But yeah, with the new Mass Effect, I want to play the game, and I don't want everybody in the chat being punch the lady in the face, punch her in the boobs. I'm like, no, man,
You should punch her though.
Should punch her in the boobs, yeah.
I did that in the. I think it was the first one, right? I did punch her. I was pretty bad in that one. So, but I want to do it on my own accord. I don't want people to tell me to do it.
Yeah. No, I get it. Okay. So, Freedom Bundle has raised over $5 million for good causes. Have you got it, Jordan?
No, I looked. It's such good value, isn't it? It's really good bundle.
Oh
but...
God, just with the first three headliners, The Witness, Stardew Valley, and what was the other one? I think
Subnautica. Although that's
but they
gone
ran
now.
out of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I own The Witness. I don't like it. I've got Stardew Valley, but I do like it, but I own it, so why worry about it again? And I don't really know enough about that Subnautica game, but it looks like it might be a little bit weird. So, but yeah, it's an incredible bundle. It's really, really good, but there was nothing on there really that I need or want to play.
Yeah. No, that sounds... Yeah, I'm the same as you, Jordan, actually. I looked at it and I thought, I should... It's great, it's going for a good cause, and okay, yeah, I've got that game. We can give away stuff. But then I thought, it's $30. And the conversion rate on there is not straight to euros. It was like $30, which is about 27 euros. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not 27 euros. Trying to scam me. All right. So PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
Who's that?
PewDiePie.
I never heard of him.
No, he's a YouTuber. He's a
What's
person who, the other site. He does.
That's the other side that you.
Yeah, he just
that you stream on.
I don't actually. Maybe I
Not
will.
that one.
Let's see if I get. Oh no.
It's Paper
It's the
Logo.
wrong tube. It's the wrong tube that you stream.
The other tube.
It's the other tube.
Now he's on YouTube. Although he does have a YouTube Red, which I'm pretty sure is similar to that doesn't sound like a good website to type in. Have you seen? Yeah, the new YouTube subscription is called YouTube Red. I'm like, okay. But yeah, he's used to do like just innocent, jokey video game type YouTube videos, and now he's paying people to hold up signs saying "Death to Jews," and then gets a bit annoyed that people say that might be a bit offensive. And everyone's like, "It's a joke, it's a joke." Chill out. It's like, yeah, but jokes are meant to be funny, and when they're really offensive and they're not funny, then it stops.
I've never really watched his channel. I mean, I'm not really into big YouTube. My brother does YouTube, and he gets invited to events and stuff like that, and he has his own thing. But that community is a tight community, and but like. Speaking about PewDiePie, like I've never really watched. I don't know how he is. I don't know, like if he makes jokes like this. But I totally agree with you, man. Like if you have 50 million people following you, 50 million people watching your videos, don't you think that maybe I don't know, maybe a few of them would get offended for you to say something like that? Like, come on, like you have to think like people with so much. I guess publicity who everybody knows who they are, like their word carries weight, and they should learn to
I heard this is like the new
assholes.
Yeah, I heard this is like the new him though. This is the new. He's trying to be a bit edgy, but like when he's got 50 million. Yeah, I don't think he needs to worry about money, but yeah, I think
it's not Madonna. He doesn't need to reinvent himself.
He has to be edgy because all of his 13-year-old subscribers are they're 15 now.
Yeah,
and
trolling message boards.
So I'm kind of torn on this one. I don't give a shit about PewDiePie, and his face really annoys me when I see him in like thumbnails and things.
Jesus, hey, tell me how you really feel.
I've never heard him talk or anything, but I'm sure he's good at what he does because he's obviously very successful. I don't think that he's a Nazi. Nothing that I've heard tells me that he's a Nazi. So, but I think you've got a lot of very left-wing people on Twitter right now. They're very eager to call everybody a Nazi right now. So, and I think he's kind of played into their hands. Pretty sure he's not a Nazi, but I don't know. Maybe they'll prove me wrong with that. But yeah, the joke was probably not that funny, and I think you have to be. Wasn't he like in a business partnership with like Disney at this point?
Yeah, but I mean, do you think it's a bit hypocritical of Disney to call someone anti-Semitic when like the guy who founded it was some massive anti-Semite?
I didn't really know that. I never really followed that whole thing. But...
Oh, you ever seen on like I think it's on Family Guy? They wake up Walt Disney and he's like, "Are the Jews dead yet?"
I don't really get Family Guy, so I'm kidding. But. But yeah,
everybody was anti-Semitic then, so that's fine.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
As long as Mickey Mouse isn't, that's fine. So I think, I'm a bit torn with it. I don't really want to kind of moralize on it and say that he's not allowed to say this and he should be locked up for it. But at the same time, he's an idiot for doing it because he should realize that he's got these corporate responsibilities. But there you go.
Yeah, how do you think saying something like when you have that much. I guess, like you said, corporate America or corporate just the world in general, like behind you, like you don't think saying something like that would offend a few people?
Yeah, you'd think so. I mean, although a lot of people were offended, but yeah, he has got 50 million followers, so you're gonna offend some people, whatever you say.
Best of luck to him, man.
Someone told me off on Twitter once for saying the word cretin. I called someone a cretin, and they're like that was offensive to cretins.
Oh, fuck off.
Exactly. All right then.
I think I don't know what that is.
It's a cretin is just a British word to mean idiot. You can't call people idiots nowadays. Someone will get offended. Anyway, let's move away from politics. This isn't Waypoint.
I love Waypoint.
I do. Although some of the stuff, yeah. Switch, yeah. So we said earlier, and we didn't actually. It wasn't on the podcast. So earlier, Switch. People have the Switch, but with no games to play. John, did you watch the unboxing and the boot up of it?
I watched that just before the cast, and I've seen a lot of things swirling around the internet about a few units that have got into the wild. I've seen the kind of videos of people actually using it in the real world without, when you see it in like conferences and stuff, it's always got these weird like metal security things over it, so you don't really get a sense of the actual build quality. But seeing it, I'm really excited to get the thing in my hands and start using it in the house.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to trying it, but I will probably not get it day one because there are so many games coming out that I want to get, and I think it'll be an April game for me. Okay, so also Ghost Recon. I was desperate to get a closed beta code, and I couldn't get one from anyone, and people were getting them and they weren't able to send them, so it was a bit of a mess. Did you manage to get one, Jordan? Because I know Manny had trouble.
I think I was already signed up on the PC, but I didn't get a chance to use it.
No, all right. Well, there's an open beta you can preload from. Well, I don't know. The Manny's just deleted it, so I can't see when it was. I think it was the 21st.
Hold on, let me do it for you. Hold on.
You can preload it from the 21st. There we go, brilliant. Okay, 21st of this month, so in 2 days you can preload it, and the 23rd to the 27th is the open beta, which is 5 days. There we go. It's my A star in maths. So
Game looks good. People should play it.
Yeah, I look forward to playing it.
I heard it was really buggy. Do you guys? I haven't played it. I wasn't able to play it. I wasn't able to watch any of the streams, but a lot of people were saying that it's a buggy mess right now.
Yeah,
so close to being released. Yeah, so close to being released, and it's a buggy mess.
That's worrying.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to play. I think, like For Honor, playing the beta of For Honor made me think, yeah, maybe I'll hold off on getting it. I wonder if it's going to be the same with Ghost Recon. But yeah, I heard on the PS4 it's great. It's really smooth, but the PC, that's the one with the problems. Which is disappointing.
That's unfortunate, but all games coming out on PC right now are coming out with problems. So
the Batman effect.
Yeah.
Ever since then, but yeah, I think if it is a bit of a mess, I'll wait, which is good for my wallet. But I'll wait until they sort it out. But if it isn't, if they fixed it in the week or so since the closed beta finished, then
yeah, a day one patch will hopefully solve stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've already bought it, so just pray for me.
Okay, on PC.
On PC.
Well, if it's all good, if it's really good, we can all get in. And we can have a click play team.
Click plays Wildlands.
Oh
yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. I just realised when I was going to think when Annie were here, we are the click play boys.
Okay.
Get it?
I thought we could be called foreplay.
Oh.
It's the best kind
No,
of play.
that's Manny's stream before the show.
Is it?
Yeah, I stream on another website.
You call it at least called foreplay. Or is this a
Yeah,
joke?
it's on one of the tubes. Yeah, it's a joke.
John doesn't know. It's the first time you've spoken to Manny, isn't it, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Interwebs problems. Okay, another bit of news. Crash Bandicoot is coming out on June the 30th. What do you think, Tim?
All right, that's about enough. We should talk about that.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Never played it.
Why does Crash Bandicoot have this? Crash Bandicoot has such a stigma on it. They're so good.
Yeah, I mean they were great at the time. I saw the was it not E3? Where was the? Was it the game developer? Well, I don't know. What was the thing where they
showed off?
it? Yeah.
GDC?
I thought it was during E3. It wasn't during E3, but it was during a different game. It was they were showing a different game, and they were showing that you could beat Crash Bandicoot. I think it was
that was on Uncharted. You can do that.
Skylanders.
It was that you could beat.
I remember I was watching some gameplay of the remastered Crash Bandicoot, and I was thinking, yeah, they were fun at the time, but nowadays I don't know how fun it would be. But it's only $40.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it wasn't. I don't like. I barely remember playing Crash Bandicoot. Isn't it just like a game where all you do is run forwards or just run back, like with the camera like facing towards you, and then you're just running away from stuff? Isn't that all that game is?
No,
there's not
really.
that much platforming.
There was a lot of that in the first one, but
yeah, that's the only memory I have.
The third one at least really stands up still, in my opinion, as a platformer. I've played it fairly recently on the Vita, and still holds up. And I think with this remaster, what I really like about it is that they've managed to keep the kind of art style and the charm of the originals, but really modernize it. And seeing like screenshots next to each other, it's the exact same game, but just kind of looks modern.
Mm-hmm. What is a bandicoot?
It's an animal.
I got that. Where do you find these things?
In Australia, where everything else is found.
Oh yeah, anything that wants to kill you. I can see it. It looks like a rat.
Yes.
kind of mouse thing with a long nose. Okay. Yeah, I want them to remaster Jak and Daxter. That for me is the best platforming game I've ever played. Have you ever played Jak and Daxter?
Oh, then you must have never played Banjo-Kazooie.
No, I never played that actually. No, that was Nintendo.
That's why you think Jak and Daxter is the best platform.
I do. I need to get it. Isn't it on the Xbox One? Isn't there a?
Yeah, it's you could play it on I think Rare Replay.
Rare.
You can play it
that's
on Rare Replay.
But is that just on Xbox, not on PC?
Don't know. Let me check.
Because that might be.
Keep talking while I check.
Okay, John, do you have any other news?
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles is the best platform ever made. That's news.
Oh, you're on your Sega. I was a PlayStation person. I never had a Nintendo until I think it was just the Game Boy. That was the first Nintendo I had, and then I got a Wii. Never owned.
Yeah,
Oh no, a GameCube. I had a GameCube. GameCube. With my
That was a nice story, Ben.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. That had the most
Just say random games now.
No, I just don't think.
Move it on.
I'm reminiscing of the times when I had. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, most irritating music ever.
I loved Crystal Chronicles.
It was so irritating though.
It's one of the few Final Fantasy games I've never played.
That's the one with the lantern, right? That somebody had to hold the lantern.
I think so. Yeah, you're like a caravan and you're walking around. Yeah, it's like a caravan of people, not an actual caravan. You have to hook it up to a car. Yeah. Okay. So can you play Rare Replay on the PC?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. Never mind.
Just buy an Xbox.
No.
Maybe there'll be a giveaway sometime, and B. Ostwick can win it. Questions from viewers. We have 3 questions.
Again,
Jordan.
if anybody has a question, like Zach.
Mm-hmm. Who's Zach? How do we know Zach?
In the chat.
We need to go to the chat. Have we got any messages?
No.
Zach says Wildlands looks like a watered down Armor. Isn't Armor the one with a really crazy community? Or like a really passionate community?
Yeah.
I've never...
Real CPU heavy game, yeah.
And I don't want to see Crash Bandicoot unless he's racing against his zany Crash Team Racing. Oh, yeah, that jumped the shark there for me. I didn't want to play any.
The Mario Kart.
Yeah, I like my Mario Kart. Mario Kart did quite well. Speaking of DLC in a Nintendo game, Mario Kart did pretty well with that, with the Zelda special. And what was the other DLC for Mario Kart 8?
Only Mario Kart I've ever played was the first one for the Nintendo. I used for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, 8 was good. All right, so first question is, Jordan, is there a game which makes you feel hyped? I think we've asked similar questions before, but what game makes you hyped? Or maybe a game that's not announced that you're desperate.
How would I know?
Well, one that you're like Shadow of Mordor 2 for me is something that's not been announced, but I'm definitely hyped for it.
Or if it's not being made?
Well, just say a game that you'd like to see made, Jordan. That isn't Dark Souls 4 or Bloodborne 2.
That wasn't the question, Ben. That's your question. They've said, what game are we hyped about?
Well, I'm sure we've answered that. We've asked that question like every episode so far, I think.
Have we?
Yeah. Okay.
And it's always Neo apparently. I don't know what's going on.
Neo, yeah.
I can't wait for
that
Neo
to come out.
That looks really good. Really promising. In terms of what I'm hyped about probably, if we're talking about stuff that's really far away, the Final Fantasy VII remake, Death Stranding, which is Kojima's new joint.
Coming out 2020.
Yeah, if that. Ooh, obviously Last of Us 2.
Ooh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's why I need to play the original, because I got halfway through but I didn't finish it, so I'm gonna sit down and get through it.
Star Citizen.
Really?
Yeah. No,
you know what?
Jordan, stop joking.
I want to actually talk about that right now. Right? Talk about a game that I'm hyped for. Well, I wouldn't say hyped. Like my expectations going into that game are far lower than a lot of people in that community. But I mean, if they even achieve, like I think, like I said on the podcast episode 3, check it out. What's it called? I mean, I hope that they achieve at least half the things they're going for, because who doesn't want that game? Like you were saying, Jordan, last podcast, who doesn't want that game where you could just fly to a different planet, get out and shoot things in
Yeah, of
your
course,
own words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
totally.
that's a game that I'm hyped for. And currently, patch 261 just released yesterday. Yeah, right. Patch. Well, I can't even. It fixed the tech demo that we currently have. It fixed a lot of issues with desync that we have during like multiplayer during I guess the FPS module that it has, and it also added servers in different part of the world. So now Europeans can play on their own on the European servers. Americans can play on the U.S. servers, and Oceanic on their own. So
Are there any British servers? Because we don't like to play with the Europeans now.
No. And Americans
Yeah,
don't
I
like to
forgot
play
you
with
guys-
anyone else.
Yeah, hey, get off of my servers, man. All
They just
right.
invade our servers.
Maybe they can build a firewall to stop people playing on them. See what I did there? Ah. Okay.
But another game. But I was just kidding about that. I'm not really. I'm hyped for it, but it's whatever. A game that I'm hyped is Mass Effect. Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I just saw the new toys that came out for Mass Effect. They
What
came
website
out
were
with
you on?
models. It's one of the tubes. Is,
yeah?
you can take your pick. You can take your pick on which
Tube.
tubes, but but yeah, I mean the toys are cool. I'm super excited for this game, man. I'm really looking forward to playing. I don't know if I'll play it at launch, but I'll definitely can't wait to play it.
I take it you're a fan of the original trilogy.
Oh God, yes, I have. I wish I could show you my desktop, but I have those to play them. I haven't played. I played the original one. Obviously the first one on 360, and all of them on 360. But I bought it on PC so I can replay them, and then hopefully just I guess carry over whatever I can carry over into the to Andromeda, because I'm definitely buying that on PC.
Have you started that PC playthrough yet?
Not yet.
Do you know that there's a really easy mod to get controller support?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the controller support was a thing in the third one. Isn't it no problem?
No, none of the original trilogy have controller support on PC.
Hey, mouse and keyboard, FTW, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't translate very well with that game, but it's really easy to mod in if you want to do it. I can send you some links.
I might try
Yeah, for
that.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
So I'll go back to it. Says my most hyped game is Red Dead 2. Yeah, for me.
Forgot
yeah,
about
of course.
that. I forgot
Red
it.
Dead
If they
2.
if they make Red Dead 2 and they don't make another Undead Nightmare, I am going to feel really disappointed, because I would love to see an Undead Nightmare on current consoles.
Or I'd love a Red Dead
current
2
gen hardware.
with a really good online section, a bit like GTA, and have like Undead Nightmare weeks or something where they just change it all and you're fighting zombies. There's like a zombie invasion every few months, maybe.
The first Red Dead had decent online.
Yeah, I heard. I
Yeah,
played it.
yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
It was kind of an in between, like GTA 4 had online, but it wasn't that robust, and then Red Dead did something a bit more with it, and it was a bit more fun. And then obviously you've got the juggernaut that's GTA 5 now. So you've got to imagine that whatever they do with Red Dead will be at least as large in scale as what they've done with GTA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really into GTA 5 online that much, but I think I would if they did that, but on Red Dead Redemption, then I'll be playing that. Okay, another question. What is your favorite game, and what was your favorite game and now? Okay, so current favorite game and your favorite game of all time, Manny.
Talk about Neo again.
Hey, Neo is
my favorite game from back then and now is Neo, because that's all that matters now.
Neo, yeah.
That's the only game that I'm going to be playing. No, I'm kidding. Probably my favorite game of all. Well, how far do I have to go back? How far am I going back right now?
All your life. Yeah.
Oh, my whole
Someone
life.
said you have to, like on my birthday, I'm going to stream all my favorite games. So if you had to stream your favorite game, it's going to be Star Citizen, isn't it?
Oh, no.
What game would you play if you had a special stream?
Man, I think I want to say maybe The Last of Us. Probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Good choice.
Boy, the story in that game. It's a movie. You're watching a movie. I cried during it. Like oh God, it was an emotional roller coaster that I don't think so far. I don't think there has been a game that's impacted me. More than maybe the Last of Us.
It's a game that has like such good music like that. It's just automatically, up there.
It's yeah.
That game,
That's
like
why I
Red
can't
Dead
wait to
Redemption
play
as
it.
well. The music in Red Dead Redemption has the same effect, as The Last of Us. When you go into New Mexico, or what is actual Mexico, and there's Jose Gonzalez plays, it's perfect.
I think it's always really nice because this conversation happens a lot in terms of what's your favorite game of all time, and I always find it really nice when people can actually name games that are, within a generation of now, instead of it being like this game that came out in the 90s, and it says to me that the games are definitely getting better, which is something that I do believe.
So Jordan, what about you? What's your favorite game of now then, Manny?
Favorite game of now is Star Citizen. No, actually, it's Neo.
Yeah. Jordan, yours?
It's Neo and Star Citizen. Those are my two favorite games now.
Ever and now, Jordan?
Kidding, man. No. No.
Ever is Metal Gear Solid, the original. The original Metal Gear Solid on PS1.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk? I would
Please.
love to talk to you about how to please tell. I played it. I played all the Metal Gears. How is the first one your favorite? Could you give me a?
So are you coming at this as a Metal Gear fan, but you think the first one isn't the best, or do you just not like Metal Gear?
No, I love Metal Gear. I before I never gave it a chance. I was always like Metal Gear, the crazy stories. But no, once I gave him a chance, I fell in love with the series, man. I think number 4 was awesome, and number 5, and the new one, the Phantom Pain. Oh God, just incredible games.
Yeah,
but just when people say the number 1, I'm just like, I mean, I guess I'm the kind of guy that I understand what they did for their genre back in the day. I understand that they were groundbreaking. It just. But I mean, for me, it's like, I when I think of the past, I think of it as just the past.
Sure.
I mean, and I know that people often say is like, you have to remember your past, but it's just like, I don't know. I didn't really. I liked it, but not that much.
Sure. So couple of questions then. So what is, in your mind, what's the best Metal Gear game? Is it the most recent, so 5?
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. Okay, but that's the past. So why isn't the past there?
No, well, I mean, I'm talking about like when it comes to newer gen hardware.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe PlayStation 2 was I guess the beginning of next gen, where
there's
graphics wise
there's a big step up from PS1 to PS2. I agree. So I think what I would say, what I've said about the 5th game, for instance, Metal Gear Solid 5 is the best Metal Gear game, but also the worst. And what I mean by that is it's got the best gameplay. It's an absolute stunning game to play, fantastic mechanics, but it's the worst game because it's got no story to it. And for me, Metal Gear is all about the story. God. I went through a long time of thinking the second one was my favorite because it's kind of got a lot of postmodernism to it, and it's very self-referential. But more recently, I've been kind of considering the first one and just how much of a pure story that game is. And you can, the gameplay at this point is fairly dated, but you can still play it. But that story for me, still unmatched.
Yeah,
it's some. I always remember when I was playing that as a kid. I think I was playing through the remake on GameCube, and my sister, who doesn't play games at all, was kind of just not paying attention to it, and I'm just playing along, kind of getting through the story, and then suddenly I realized she was actually watching it, and she just turned around and said, "Wow, they should make a movie out of this." I think that's the power of that game, is that the story isn't just this kind of throwaway shit that you get in 90% of games. That's a real story, and the stories in the others get so convoluted. They kind of lose their way a little bit. But the first one is very straightforward and just a fantastic narrative throughout.
Forget Final Fantasy VII remake. I want to see a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake with the gameplay that was in 5. I would love to see something like that.
I heard that's what they
modernized.
Were thinking of doing.
We're planning.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of all right now. It's never really going to happen. Is
Yeah,
it? 'Cause
with Konami.
Kojima's gone. Yeah, it's
Konami owns it. They're not going to do unless they make it into a pachinko machine. It's not happening.
it's done. We need to get over it. But
Well, there's a new Metal Gear Solid. If you like Metal Gear Solid co-op against zombie things.
yeah, but that's always been my favorite feature of Metal Gear games is the co-op zombie survival mode.
When's that coming out?
I actually am excited for that. Is it weird that I say that I'm excited for that? I
that's the weird thing. I love that engine, so it could be really good actually. But,
Yeah, I want to play it.
But what is it going to teach me about nuclear disarmament? That's my question. You know, what philosophical themes is this game?
Oh my god! You know what? Let me talk. Now that I think about it, probably one of my favorite Halos. If it's not on top, is the one for the PlayStation, the PSP. I can't think of the name. Peace Walker. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Did I love Peace Walker?
Yeah.
I need to start playing some of these. I played the
And
original
I played
for
that
a bit.
I played that on the Vita because I think you could move it over. There was a way that you could move. Because Peace Walker I think was a PlayStation portable thing, and then you had to do something to move it over to the Vita. And I did that, and man, did I enjoy just laying in bed and playing that, and the story was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, it's got all the resource stuff and the base building that they integrated into 5.
Yes. Yep.
That franchise was very different when it ended to when it started. I'll say that. I'll say that, and it's very, like I said, 5 is technically the best, and also objectively for me the worst. But we can agree to disagree on that.
Okay. So what's your favorite game of now, Jordan? Is it Neo?
Yeah, it is. I think it's probably going to be Horizon soon, but we'll find out about that tomorrow. But yeah, right now, it's got to be Neo. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm joining you with that one. My favorite game of all time, though, it's I can't choose. It's either Grim Fandango or Red Dead Redemption. I've not been addicted to a game as I have been with Red Dead Redemption, like ever. I don't think I've ever been really into a game. Maybe actually The Division. I got really into that. I nearly platinumed it, but I wasn't interested in the multiplayer. Which I wasn't interested in the multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption, but that game, Red Dead Redemption, is such a good game. And it actually got me into like Western films. I started watching a few Western films, reading about all the history going on, watching some TV series. So yeah, if a game can do that to me, then it must be good. Okay, we've got a few more questions. We'll try not to go too long. What do you think about VR?
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I love it without even having without having used a proper VR. I love it. I am excited for what VR is doing to the industry, and I can't wait to see what it in the long run what it's going to turn into.
Yeah, I mean this current gen of VR is like the prototype, and the next ones when they come out, it's going to be it'll be what you can see as VR now. I think in 10 years' time it'll just be embarrassed by what's coming out in 10 years' time. It'll be such a good.
My dream VR is I don't know if you guys have ever seen the anime Sword Art Online. That is what I picture one day VR being, transporting you to another world and you being in there. That's what I hope it turns into one day. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't,
have you read what's it called? The one with they're making it into a film soon.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, have you read Ready Player One? Everyone in there just spends their entire time in this VR world. Even they go to school there. They teach. Oh, sorry, they teach. They work in this other other world. It's such a good game. That's such a good book.
A good book. I've actually heard. I've heard both. I've heard people praise it, and I've heard people say that it's garbage. So I mean,
really, I've never heard anyone say it's bad.
I'll watch the movie.
Oh.
I'll watch the movie.
John, have you read it?
That's like reading a book, right? Watching the movie.
Yeah, same thing.
I get the good parts of the book. How about that? I'll just see the good parts of the book in the movie. And
get the audiobook. Get the audiobook. That's what I actually got because I had a free one, so I thought I'll try this one out. And the guy who reads it is awesome. But it's a really good, really interesting book. Okay, one more final question. What's the worst game you have ever played?
Neo.
Oh,
Neo is the best, the worst.
that you've never played.
It's Neo. I don't know. The worst game I've ever played. Come back to me. Let me look. Let me look at my Steam library.
I think. Oh yeah, looking at.
Oh, The Evil Within. There you go. I just figured it out.
I don't know what the worst game is that I've played.
I try not to play bad games. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If a game's bad, I stop playing it usually.
I'm trying to think of something like really controversial, but
I really didn't like Mafia 3.
yeah,
Never played
it's not the worst game you've ever played. Though,
Yeah.
is it?
It's the only one I can think of that I played it for a few hours and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna continue. Let me look at my Steam. I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, oh, that was a good game. Oh yeah, I remember that game. I was looking at what's that one? Prison Architect. That's a good game.
Bad games we're looking for, Ben.
I know. I can't find it.
Yeah. Hey, no games are bad. They just came out too early.
Actually, I
No
didn't.
such thing as a bad game.
The game, I know it's definitely not the worst game, but a game I didn't really like was Rainbow Six Siege.
Shower with your dad.
Yeah.
Shower with your dad simulator.
We're talking about the worst, not the best.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That's not a game. That's my life, man.
I was playing Rainbow Six Siege the other day online, and I got called an effing noob because it was my first game I played online. And I was like,
Welcome
"No,
to
fuck this."
competitive multiplayer.
What about H1Z1?
No, but-
Isn't that the worst game that you've ever played at times?
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
I've seen you get very angry at that, Manny.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I can't think of a worse game. There's plenty on the mobile. There's loads of garbage games on there. But no, someone says DayZ, E.T.
Standalone.
Never played E.T.
DayZ standalone is what Zachary was talking about. I don't know if he's talking about that maybe being the worst game he's ever played, but I enjoyed what I played of it.
No Man's Sky, maybe. I know you two like those.
Nope.
Like that.
Yep. I've never. I'll vouch for No Man's Sky. I'll fight for it, and I've never played it. It's on my PC, ready to go as soon as it gets updated a little bit more, and then I'll jump into it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that's terrible, I'm afraid. Okay, so I think that's about it. Unless you guys have got anything to
Any
say?
questions?
What about you two? Anything, Jordan? Are you going to order a webcam for next week? Because the guys, if you're probably watching this, I think I might put that picture of Jordan as the background to this week's podcast.
God.
Are you going to be getting a webcam for next week, Jordan?
You can't bully me, Ben.
I'm not bullying. I'm just saying you will, won't you?
I'll take a little look on Amazon. I like buying things, so makes sense.
Amazon Prime, I get really addicted. And yeah, I'm really tempted when I get paid to get a nice green screen. So I'll be joining Manny in his tent.
I just worry that my fiance might think that I'm like on like sex webcams and stuff like that. But
you're gonna be joining Ben on his.
It's a slippery slope. You start broadcasting on Twitch. Next thing you know, you're wanking off for Russian millionaires.
Click gay.
There you go.
Click play with
Click
yourself.
porn.
Yeah.
Click play with yourself. All right.
Actually, you know what? I think we'd be way more successful doing click porn. Probably. Who knows? I'll venture off and let you know.
Wait a minute. We've got a competition going. How many people have entered? One person has entered. One person has entered. Guys, if you want a copy of Guacamole...
the other guy's won.
Sorry?
The other guy won it, surely.
Well, the guy. Well, we haven't drawn it yet, but if you type in !ticket and then space one, you can enter for a chance to win Guacamole. We will draw a winner in about 2 minutes. But at the moment we've see, Manny's got a ticket now, I think. Maybe that didn't even work.
Yeah, I don't want it. You can just if I win, you can re-roll it.
I don't even think that worked. Anyway, no, let's draw it. Wait, no, Harney's. Maybe that didn't work.
Oh no, you gotta wait a little bit. So
It's just not working, guys. Just wait a minute. This doesn't seem to be working.
Wasn't it competition? I thought it was competition.
Yeah, I
wasn't
thought it was competition. Didn't you say it was?
But you can also do it with ticket. Okay, just click the link, and you can enter by clicking that link that I've just put on there.
Oh, you just made it so complicated.
I know,
like everything.
Just click the link. God, I'm being
What, now I
abused,
have
and
to
Arnie
log
isn't
in
even
with
here.
Twitch? What is going on this thing?
It's to stop all the scam bots.
Anime lollies.
So I'm being abused this week without even Arnie being here. God knows what next week's going to be like if he joins us. If he can be bothered.
Right, Ben.
What are you guys going to be playing till next week? What are you guys?
Why are you asking me that, Manny? You know the answer.
You just stepped into that one.
Okay. All right. Well, not you, Ben. Jordan, what are you going to be playing?
Neo.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, I guess I was going to be playing Neo too. So I don't even have a PlayStation, but it's not even connected. But...
You were saying, actually, Manny, you were saying, weren't you, that you were thinking of getting a PS4 Pro? That's something that we mentioned. Are you?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, there's so many good exclusive games on that.
I think you said earlier that you're not really sure about Horizon. You haven't heard much about that. Is that right?
I mean, from everything I'm seeing, is everyone's in love with that game. But
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about open worlds anymore. I'm so bored with open worlds.
I think I get it. There's a lot of fatigue with that stuff. I think this is going to be a good one, though. This is going to be one of those ones that doesn't feel empty in the negative space between actually doing something. I think it's similar to Red Dead. You know, making your way from one place to another. Hopefully, will be rewarding itself.
We'll see. But I'm just gonna continue with my playthrough of Alan Wake and more H1Z1 and Star Citizen because fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm really hoping that if Horizon Zero Dawn is really successful, that it starts, a really good new franchise. Because it's always good when they start a good new franchise that they're going to stick with, and especially like Horizon Zero Dawn seems like they're number one at the moment. Can you think of anything else that like defines the PlayStation as a franchise, apart from maybe Bloodborne? Could be if they released a second one. I'm maybe guessing at E3 they could.
The new Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead something
Excuse me,
I need
not
to buy.
Left 4 Dead. Excuse me, not Left 4 Dead. Oh my god, Last of Us.
Yeah.
Interesting, you said Left 4 Dead. Someone was telling me that I have to buy it because apparently it's amazing.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's only like £2.
20 €20.
No.
It is on Steam.
Yeah,
right now.
I think that's how much it is.
Left 4 Dead 2.
expensive.
Sorry.
I don't get. Yeah, that's.
No, you're not missing out.
Do not pay €20 for that game. You'll find that for a $5 somewhere. I can promise you.
I'm gonna wait for It's on my wish list, so when it gets on sale, I'll get that. Okay, we're ready to draw a winner. We have 4 entries now. Okay. Mr. Fail Horny Hedgehog. He's on the wrong website. Estefaniads and Uno. Should we draw a winner? Jordan, drumroll please.
Estefania.
Estefania, it's like a name. Horny.
Yeah, that's
Horny Hedgehog 1.
Yeah, horny.
People must be wondering what you're...
He's already following you on your other website.
Yeah, wait.
Excellent. Let me send him a massage. Where is he?
Oh, you're all right.
Let's click that, and then there we go. He's got the code. Well done, Horny. Oh, I can't send it without a subject. Oh dear, what's going on? All right, I'll do that after. Okay, so same place, same time next week. Don't forget, follow us.
Yeah.
Click play on Twitter, on our website, which is clickplay.com, and also we've got a subreddit which no one ever posts on. But if you've got an interesting news article you want us to discuss, it's clickplay. There's the name of the subreddit. All right. So, Stefani's like, it's rigged. Don't worry, we have we have another copy of Guacamelee to give away. We might give it away next week.
It's a good bloody game, that. I'll just finish on that note.
It's
good.
It's an excellent game.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
I really do love Guacamole, so I'm going to maybe give it a play.
It doesn't work like that.
No? Damn it. All right. Well, it's a goodbye from me.
Bye, everybody. It's a goodbye.
Yeah,
it's a goodbye from me
that was
too.
that was the like hint to say.
Smooth.
Yeah. Okay. See you next week.
Ta-ta.
Bye, everybody.